Cool. I started a new audio
Hello.
recording part so that we have that going.
That was me saying hello for the audio recording.
That was me
Uh,
saying hello.
hello.
Are our levels good on your end?
Hello. Yeah, they seem fine. I don't know, chat.
Okay.
How do we sound? Is everybody of a relative level of volume?
And we stopped talking.
Judge us, but remember how we were, not as we are.
Yes, that's the way that we do that.
Pretty
Cool. I'm just
good.
gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick it off then.
Okay, then Ben, do what you do.
Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 295. It's WoW's anniversary. It's Friday night. There's corgis everywhere, and my name is Ben Bumhofer. With me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hello, Ben. It is Friday night here in Azeroth. I'm happy to be joining you. I'm extremely tired. Let us
Oh
push the
no!
limits of human exhaustion by talking about World of Warcraft.
Well,
Uh,
let's start with the most boringest aspect there is. I don't know.
okay.
You're gonna say something. Keep going.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me what the most boring thing was. I was
I
excited.
I don't know. I was gonna start talking StarCraft, but
You were going to
you
talk
said
about
World of Warcraft.
StarCraft? Oh, because it puts
Yeah,
people to sleep.
it does.
I got you. You were trying to dunk on StarCraft, is what you were doing.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
fun
And as you know,
StarCraft joke.
I'm horrible at basketball, so there's no dunking on my end.
Uh, okay, great. Ben,
Yeah.
talk to me about the World of Warcraft. There's a thing that's making headlines right now.
Yes.
News is dropping in the World of Warcraft.
Yes.
Because word has it, Sylvanas was in on Wrathgate.
Oh, dun dun dun.
I like this story. Here's why I like it. It sounds
Okay.
like a tabloid newspaper.
It really does.
We've
Actually.
officially reached the point in World of Warcraft. I almost said Star Wars for some reason. Jeez, I'm tired. We've officially reached the
Princess
point.
Leia, rebel all along,
She claims to be a princess, but is she
and a senator.
secretly a rebel spy? But we've reached a point where news stories for World of Warcraft, especially lore, now just sound like tabloids.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Exactly.
I kind of love it. It makes me very happy. But you and I, we mentioned this a little bit pre-show before we started recording, and it seemed like a good thing to talk about because it sounds like we got thoughts on it. Sounds like maybe we think alike on it, but
Yeah.
we got some thoughts. So if you hear the sentence, "Hey Ben, Sylvanas knew about Wrathgate," what do you think?
Well, here's the thing. I went through a whole process with this because I think the first headline that I actually saw was something about Sylvanas ordered Wrathgate
Okay.
or something like that, and that's when I'm like, okay, that's BS. No, that's not the bill of goods that I was sold.
You're on the BS wagon right out of the gate.
Yeah, yeah. What was it exactly? I'm trying to. It was in our Discord. I'm actually looking it up right now to see exactly what it was, to see if I totally misread it, which is a very good possibility, or if I'm just remembering it wrong. But thanks to Tetsemi, yeah, Sylvanas ordered the Wrathgate. That's what I
Okay.
saw. That's what Blizzard Watch said, which to me, that's BS. I don't think she ordered Wrathgate.
You don't. You think she's 100% against it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that with what happened gameplay-wise, with what we experienced with Wrathgate, I don't think she ordered that specific attack and how it played out.
Now, here's where I think we might differ.
Okay.
Because, and I feel like at first we should define our terms. Because when we say Wrathgate, a lot of people think the entire event, which is, what happened at the place called Wrathgate, and what followed, which was the battle for the Undercity. I think the implication is not that she had any, inside sneaky business about the battle for Undercity. That legitimately happened. There was an uprising. They tried to overthrow her. But I think what's being suggested is that Sylvanas knew that the events that transpired at Wrathgate were going to happen.
Yes.
Possibly even ordered it.
Yes.
And I'm going to say I think that's exceptionally believable. And I might even be okay. Well, you know, okay with it is a different thing. Like, I'm going to give... It's almost like I'm saying, I'm going to give Blizzard my stamp to put lore in this game. Of course. But I just mean, like, I think that might make some sense. Because the one thing I know we agree on is she knows she's making a plague.
Mm-hmm.
She knows what she's going to do with it. She knows she's going to use it on a...
And, I mean, like we mentioned, the big deal is that you're questing actually literally helping create the plague.
Yeah, if you were in the Fjord.
Yes. The good place to level.
Yeah, which you should have been, because if you picked the Borean Tundra, you picked...
It is the bad place
incorrectly, yes.
Although the whole Caldera stuff is kind of cool. Other than that, it's boring.
I know. You try to convince me every time that the Caldera is okay.
Yeah, but that's just because I played a mage.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't.
No, you never will. Not fully. Yeah, so literally in the fjord, you're helping make the plague.
So she has it. And she wouldn't have it to just go, I don't know, if I need it.
Yeah, and considering the idea behind some of those quest lines was to see, okay, can we make something that will kill the living and the dead?
Right.
Which, if you're going to use something on Arthas, you need something that just, like, deadens him fully.
Yeah, super dead. And...
Yeah, like dead.
I can see... so here's what actually wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. Putris, Grand Apothecary Putris.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget his title. He went to apothecary school to that title. You got to give him that respect, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think it is important because I think the argument against the point I'm trying to make is that his rank might have allowed for this. Mm-hmm. But, or if not his rank, his position. They're making this plague. It's a valuable thing. They're getting your help with it. It's a commodity. He's like, hey, I'm going to take a bunch of catapults and a bunch of plague, and I'm going to just wheel it away, and nobody thinks, maybe we should tell Sylvanas about this.
Where's he going with that?
And, like, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I can completely see a world where he tells Sylvanas, hey, the boys and I are going to go take the plague over to the old Wrathgate there.
We're going to go undead hunting.
And I can see maybe she didn't know it was going to be deployed on the Alliance and the Horde. Maybe she didn't know the full scale of it. Maybe she did. But I don't think there's any situation where they start wheeling up all the plague and Sylvanas is just like, they did what? Excuse me?
I mean, and if you really think about it too, you know, the baby Sarfang's up there with all these orcs and everything like that. Do you think that, you know, all these plague catapults just were hidden somewhere too?
They were up on the little hill.
Yeah, but it's not that hard to be all like, I mean, that, and, sorry, baby Sarfang, I'm gonna, you know, belittle your memory a little bit, but you're a really freaking horrible commander if you don't know what's going on just a little bit up the hill from you.
I don't think he was a great commander.
Well, there's that too, but...
I mean, look, I know that civil war is coming to the Horde to some degree. Perhaps more genuinely so now, more than ever. We went through a little spat with Garrosh. There's a lot of people that called that a civil war, but really it was the players versus a bunch of NPCs. We're now getting to the point where people are going to be choosing sides.
So what you're saying is that PvP is finally back in World of Warcraft.
They brought it back. But I mean, no, there's going to be people saying like, no, I think Sylvanas is doing it right. And there's going to be people saying, no, I'm with Sourfang and Zappy Boy. Because I want my faction leader to sound like a bad superhero comic.
Or a buddy cop movie.
Sure.
Well, actually, that's probably more of a like an hour-long TV detective show.
Actually, Sourfang and Zappy Boy could be the
morning.
name of and also genuinely played by The Rock and Kevin Hart. Like, that could be their next project.
I could see that.
The Rock is Sourfang. Kevin Hart is a Zappy Boy. Although trolls are tall. But, you know, it's fine.
Wait, Kevin Hart is short?
Yeah. It's like one of his defining characteristics.
Yeah, I know.
He's probably
about...
taller than me, but nonetheless.
Maybe. I don't know. But no, Starfang Zappy Boy in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, yeah, it's a good morning show, too.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Anyway, the point is...
Sourfang kids are delicious.
Ugh.
Little orc sour kids.
The point is that Sourfang, you know, I question his ability to lead, because you look at what his son's strategy on Arthas was, which was, I have the armies of the Horde and the armies of the Alliance at my back. There's the Lich King. What if I yell, "Let it be finished!" and run up by myself and try to hit him once with my axe?
Well, you know, honor and whatnot, and they have to show off against those humans, I guess.
Well, funny you should mention that, Ben, because to me, that's exactly why I've chosen my side. And it's not just because I got a statue behind me. But, honor and all that. I mean, look, if you want to know why I'm with Sylvanas...
You play a rogue.
People keep comparing this to the end of Pandaria. Oh, it's like Garrosh. It's like Garrosh. We're doing Garrosh again. And yeah, we are, in a lot of ways. But think back to what happened when we beat Garrosh. Mm-hmm. We had a moment where Varian comes over and basically tells Vol'jin, if you ever fail to uphold honor, we will destroy the Horde. Sylvanas was there. Anduin was there. Like, if I was Sylvanas, and I knew a war was coming between us, I would assume that we are at this point playing for keeps. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter how peace-minded Anduin is. There is a point where you have to say, how many times can this one faction betray you before you just say, you know what? Nope, it's time to go back to what we did before, which was the days of orcs in camps, and humans were basically subjugating them. Mm-hmm. Sylvanas is playing for keeps, and I want to be on the side that plays for keeps, because honor, much like young Sourfang Jr., makes for a very brave, bold step forward, but ultimately gets you killed.
Well, if you're fighting someone who is technically honorable too, I guess, you know, the whole like rules of warfare and whatnot, but I don't really see that happening on the other side. You know, you've got Gen, who is, I would say, as evil as Alliance comes at the moment.
Right.
You're gonna have Taronda and Malfurion.
They're gonna be pretty mad. They're probably a little upset.
Yeah, and I think that you're going to see some very, very inhonorable acts from them. They're the ones who are playing for keeps on the Alliance side right now. Like, it's revenge on their part.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah, yeah. And there's a reason that the Night Elves have been around for a very long time. It's not because they live long, although that's part of it, but they destroy anything that's, you know, going up against them.
Right. Yeah, they were kind of, in Warcraft 3, when they showed up, they were kind of freaky. Mm-hmm. Like, they just popped out of the shadows and murdered people, and it was just like, well, you're here. Like, yeah, but why are you killing us? Because you're here. Like, that's why we're going to do it. Bunch of murder elves is what they were.
Yeah, pretty much. In fact, that's what Night Elf actually means in Sindora. It means murder elf.
I think one of the more interesting things... So we were told that the Alliance would eventually have their share of moral gray areas as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much moral gray we've actually experienced in this story at all. But we were told that the Alliance was going to have their moments too. And we haven't really seen it. In fact, it kind of... If there was one nit that I was going to pick, it is this. Mm-hmm. there is a part of me, we saw that cinematic at BlizzCon where Sourfang was like, I want my horde back. And a bunch of people were like, yeah. And it was a cool moment. And I kind of felt it too, because we've been dealing with this like fractured horde for so long that there is a part of me that's just like, let's just get back to it. Like, let's stop with this, especially if we're going to just retell the same story over and over again. Like, let's just fix it. Let's just get there. There is a part of me that's anxious for that. But one thing I've noticed is that even when the horde has the good side and like the side that you should be cheering for, because it's like, this is the strength and honor, it's only allowed to exist because the Alliance has allowed it to exist. Like, that's how good the Alliance is. Like, I always make fun of them. I'm like, they're like bad wrestling good guys. Like, they're always going to do the right thing, like ridiculously so. Super hands on hips. And I definitely get that feeling, especially when the story's like, oh, the Horde's going to do something good. Well, it's going to be because the Alliance let them do something good. They can't do good on their own. Only if the Alliance says it's okay to go do something good. And I get a little sick of that. That's my one little nit to pick. But otherwise, I'm enjoying the story.
Well, I mean, let's go back to Wrathgate. Yeah, Bolvar's like, I was wondering when you'd show up.
Yeah.
That's giving him the permission right there. It's like, come on, we're attacking. You can join us now. It's okay.
I think my favorite thing, I may have said this on the show, but if not, I said it to my friends, and that's what also matters.
But that's all of our listeners. They're your friends.
We're all friends. My favorite thing, and I'm not trying to just bag on the Alliance. It's trying, but
you've never done that before.
When I was playing my Alliance tune, the thing that I liked is how much they need to remind you that you're the good guy. It's not enough that you do good things. They have to constantly give you like a pat on the head, like, but you're a good person feedback loop. It's like, okay, gang, we got to go raid this town, but don't worry. It's mostly bad people there. So you don't have to worry about killing people. These are bad folks. And then it's like, oh, there's a bunch of evil water priests here, but don't worry. They're secretly monsters. So it's okay to kill them. You're still good. Like, it just, every now and then it just felt like somebody was coming out of the computer looking at me and going, don't worry, you're still good. I know you feel like a murder machine right now, but just remember, all these people were bad, so we're still okay. Thumbs up.
Meanwhile, on the Zandalari side of things, hey, there's some trolls. Go F them up.
Well, right. On the Zandalari side, there's literally a quest on the Zandalari side. This bugs me the other way. So anybody who got mad that I was bagging on the Alliance, let me bag on the Horde a little bit. There is literally a daily quest that comes up from time to time where they tell you to just go play pranks on people.
Yes.
And the people get so mad about the pranks you're playing that they attack you, so you murder them. Funny prank. So good.
Essentially, you just kind of, you polymorph them for a tiny bit or something.
And then you murder them.
I always had such an issue with that, too. Like, look, it's one thing when you're stopping the kids from being like dinosaurs and stomping on crap and everything. You don't murder them when they're done.
No.
It's like, in this instance, you're the naughty kid who's playing a prank.
Yes, you're the one doing the thing you shouldn't be doing. You are a stranger. You have come to a place where you don't understand the customs and the traditions. And somebody says, hey, that shrine those people are over there praying to, go mess with it. Okay, because you told me to. I really need the 30 gold. Burp. And then
the thing is, it's another troll that has you do that.
I know, but you do it, and then the troll's like, the hell are you doing? That's our shrine. Stop. And they attack you, and you're like, you can't even take a joke. Stab, stab, stab.
Oh, man. Now I want to know if there's an Alliance equivalent of that.
Yeah, actually, that would be a good question. Chat room, if you know now, or if you're listening and you can write to us or let us know on Twitter, is there an Alliance equivalent joke? A joke? I guess it's a joke. where you basically murder innocent people because of something you did. Because that was a moment for me where it's just like every time it comes up, I'm like, what is this?
It's like the best thing that I could equate it to. Mind you, I haven't played a ton of the Alliance side, but it's like going to their capital city and, like, I don't know, throwing fish guts in secret places so they start smelling. And then someone gets mad, and then you kill them for it.
Yeah, you don't think it's funny. Well, meh. And they try to put in some sort of dialogue that explains why it's okay that you're murdering them, but it doesn't work out. They're like, just remember, this is about the Loa, and they're basically telling you, so it's a troll that gives you the quest, so it's not like you're just doing it out of nowhere. There is another troll telling you to go do this to other trolls. I'm bored in the capital
today. Who can I fuck with?
But, like, the line that's supposed to justify it is he's like, our Loa believes in a challenge or something like that. And that's why it's supposed to be okay that you killed them.
Yeah. Yeah, not so great.
It's not a super good quest. It's a very morally questionable quest.
Well, hey, there you go. That's another part of the morally gray side of the Horde.
Oh, we found the morally gray area. It turns out we were looking at Sylvanas and Sourfang and, who knows what else. But it turns out the morally gray area was going and wrecking someone's religious shrines and then murdering them if they don't think it's as funny as you do.
Well, no, not even us. As funny as some random guy. Yeah, don't forget the random dude who's all like, hey, go do this.
Yeah, he's like...
Who thinks it's just such a great idea.
Yeah, just go mess with their shrine, I guess. I don't know.
Here's $5.
Like, if it was Buon Samdi that gave us the quest, like, it would make more sense, but it's not. It's just some guy.
Unless it's Buon Samdi in disguise.
He's like, look, I got some rep with Talanji's expedition that I really want to share with you.
Look, I'll tell Talanji that you did this thing. It's awesome.
And how did that report get across? Like, how do you get rep for that? They just go back to her and they're like, yeah, we think you should like Eos more. Oh yeah? Why? What did she do for our people? Well, she went and really messed with some of our shrines. Get this. They got mad at her, and she murdered them. It was hilarious.
Well, no, that's not even Talanji. That's the Zandalari themselves.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole Zandalari people.
Maybe because you, like, really stood up for what you believed in? So you're willing to fight for it? I don't know.
Yeah, like, I showed that I really like this Loa better. Here's the thing. Because the two groups... The one guy is a representative of, what's his name, Paku, and then the other one is Gonk. And we know that they have what's supposed to be a friendly rivalry with each other, except that people keep getting murdered, and this isn't that friendly of a rivalry. But I picked Gonk. That's who I sided with. Because one, it's Star Wars related, sorta.
Thank you.
2, he's a raptor and not a stupid bird. And 3, the NPCs who are your representatives of them early on in the questing, I liked the Gonk representative way more than the Paku representative.
Same here.
But here's the kicker. It is a Paku guy that sends you to go mess with Gonk shrines, which you do for some reason, to make Gonk followers mad at you, and then they attack you, and you kill them for it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, okay, let's really take a breakdown on some of these world quests here. And mind you, I'm enjoying a lot of these world quests. I think they're fun. But as much as everybody loves turtles getting to the water, don't you think that we could do a lot better than just stand a ways back and, like, throw spells at things?
Yes.
Like, come here, turtle, pick it up and set it in the water. Or
just frisbee it. Just...
A turtle made it 20 yards into the water.
Yeah. This turtle has a great leg up on other turtles as it has already made it into deep ocean.
Yeah, or, like, go up and, like, just stand around them as they're going down, and if a crab gets close, kick it. If a bird comes down, just swat at it or something.
Here's what I want to know. Has anybody tried, I don't know, maybe there's a limit and I've just never seen it, but has anybody tried to just let that quest run and see how long it takes just passively sitting there for enough turtles to make it to the water for you to
That's a good
succeed?
question, because at that point, that would truly be natural selection.
Yeah. We will just let the turtles that make it naturally to the water make it natural. I'm just wondering if it's like the new version of Flight Path. Can I accept that quest, get in there, get up, go make myself a sandwich, come down and have a daily quest done?
Well, John, Draven Dresden did put a time in chat. I don't know if he just pulled that out of nowhere or if he actually sat there for the full 7 minutes and 12 seconds to see if it would work.
But Musiquita says they were away for 5 minutes and came back to 1/12 completion. Man, that was some aggressive crabs and seagulls.
Maybe it depends on the actual shore that you go to.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, or there's always a possibility that in the last minute and 45 seconds that a ton of turtles just like rushed at one time and then made it into the water.
Boys, we're getting no backup. We need to just storm. All go, all go. Chat room's making a strong case that I feel like we should at least mention. But the turtles die. Yeah, they do. And I feel bad. And not only do they die, but they die in front of that nice elderly Tortolan woman who's so stoked that a single turtle made it to the water. And if you do what we just suggested, that kindly old Tortolan woman is sitting there watching baby after baby just get picked off while you go grab a Mountain Dew from the fridge.
Well,
which is awful. But my time is also important to me.
I mean, it's much more important than the future generation of Tortolan, of course.
You know, there are times where WoW is very real and to be taken extremely seriously. And there are times where those turtles are just little pixels that don't have feelings, hopes, or dreams.
Yeah, and I was just about to say it too. She does say that when one dies, the cycle of life can be cruel.
Yeah, it would be super cruel. They get super bloody when they die, too.
The cycle of John can be cruel.
Yeah, it's true. Not a lot of sympathy for them. I've managed to reach the age I'm at, still loving video games, but understanding that there's a difference between video games and real life.
Yeah. So, okay, I got to ask, did you by any chance watch the World of Warcraft's voice actor BlizzCon panel?
I did not.
The voice actress for Nola was there, and the crowd just lost their minds.
Of course.
It was absolutely fantastic.
She's not just a great voice, but she's also very memey right now.
Well, here's the thing. She came on after Bwan Samdi and got a bigger, ovation.
Oh, man.
It was pretty good.
Now, the person that likes the kindly, sweet old lady that does her voice thinks that's wonderful.
That version of you?
That version of me is excited. The part of me that recognizes that a lot of effort and character went into Bwan Samdi thinks maybe you should have given that same reaction to Bwan Samdi.
No, it was rather large for him, too.
Okay.
I'm
just saying, a lot of people are clapping because they're excited, and a lot of people are excited because it's a meme.
Yes. That is true.
You know, it would be like seeing a chipmunk look over its shoulder very quickly and just being like, "Whoa, he did that thing!"
That was a prairie dog, John?
Whatever the hell it was. It was called the overly dramatic chipmunk. And then it was called a gopher. Whatever.
I don't know if it was a prairie dog or not. I just wanted to do that.
Did it have a little helmet? Did it battle with rabbits?
No, it didn't have a helmet. But, dude. Okay, so you know how they updated the models on a lot of the different, rodents and stuff in the game for pet-wise and everything?
Yeah.
I went back to that place by Thunder Bluff where they have, the prairie dogs with the helmets and the shotguns and everything, and they're not there anymore.
What?
Yeah, they're not there.
The war is over?
Yeah, I mean, they got their models updated and just, skedaddled, I guess. or they didn't feel like updating models of tiny shotguns and little helmets.
Are you
Which
sure
I
you were in the
really-
right spot and you just
I
weren't
am
in the wrong
positive.
spot?
No, I am positive because there's only one like good ledge around there, and I went up there, nothing.
Because people are going to tell us if they're still around. They're going to be
I wanna
mad
know
that
if
you
they're still
lied to the
around.
people.
No, if they can find them and tell me where it is, great.
It's
But I
not.
went there and did some research.
It's not that I don't believe you, Ben.
No, I know
It's
you
that
don't.
I
It's
don't
okay.
want to believe you.
Fair enough. I wouldn't want to believe me either in this one.
I want to believe that the world of Warcraft is still a place where prairie dogs have small wars near Thunder Bluff with shotguns, no less.
Yeah, fighting just random rabbits who have no weaponry whatsoever. But yeah, no, they were there for the longest time and just boop, gone. Gone.
Nature's cruel.
It is.
That is the lesson we've learned this expansion.
Can you imagine if the Tortolan hired those prairie dogs with shotguns to protect the turtles?
You know what? That would be
I would play that
funny.
mini game.
If there was a currency you could buy that would make world quests easier in certain ways, so you could like spend this currency on prairie dog with a shotgun escort for the turtles. Like maybe he would take care of 50% of what came out.
He takes care of the crabs. Just
Yeah.
runs back and forth on the screen. Just
Honestly, the crabs are what ruins the quest for me. Well, both have their annoying thing. The crabs are easier to hit.
but
But,
half the beaches they're in the water and you can't see them.
yeah, or they're in a bush and you can't see them, or they spawn literally on the damn turtle. And it's like, look, I know nature can be cruel, but crabs don't also just appear out of freaking nowhere on top of a turtle.
Well, they do bury themselves in the sand.
But the birds, the seagulls, are harder to hit. And that's what makes them annoying.
I don't know. I one-shot most of the seagulls.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was talking to Hawkeye.
Yeah, when it comes to seagulls. Dude, seagulls suck. Everybody knows that.
It's true, they do. I watched a seagull steal from people for a while. It was fun.
Unless you're that person. That seagull is... Yeah.
The chat room is saying they're still there, but they're not there 24/7.
Okay. I'm happy to hear that.
What are the
I want to know if they have
rules?
updated models, though.
I want to know if they have updated models too. Because I don't think it would be hard. They're just taking the prairie dog model and they're having it hold a gun. It's not like it's a special prairie dog gun model.
Well, but I mean, the gun it looks like crap.
Yeah, because
So-
it's like the old like level 1 hunter gun.
9:05 a.m. server time for about an hour or so.
That's
That's
it?
really specific.
That's really weird.
Well, I'm not getting up at 9:05 server time to see. so I
Every
guess I'll
time
never know.
I've been up there, they've been there. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, before this expansion.
I guess we should say, because it was pointed out in the chat, if you don't know what we're talking about with prairie dogs and shotguns, Ben and I learned about this on this show, so there is an element of assumption that if you're listening, you know this, but it was a long time ago.
Very long.
Thunder Bluff, that area. I believe it's to the northeast of Thunder Bluff.
Northwest
Northwest of Thunder Bluff. There is there's a large hill that kind of divides the zone. It's not just a hill in Thunder Bluff. It's kind of like...
It's actually kind of like the top of a plateau. You can't actually run up there. You can only fly up there.
Yeah, it was one of the places that was inaccessible until flying was there. And if you go up there, it used to be all the time. Now apparently it's only at set times. There would be prairie dogs and what am I trying to say?
Rapids?
Rapids. Yeah, the Rayman-esque spin-off characters are up there. They're fighting each other, and they have shotguns and helmets and stuff. If you haven't checked
Only
it
the
out,
prairie dogs.
go check it out. But maybe it's only at 9:05 a.m.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because once what do you call it? Once flying became a thing, that's when a whole bunch of other stuff just kind of randomly appeared or was added to the game. Because before flying, the world, those walls, there was nothing at the top or on the other side. You couldn't get there.
Yeah, they're like the mushroom circle.
Yeah, just about to say that.
The fairy circle.
Where the nether drakes end up doing their little like song and dance thing, and now you can get music for your garrison.
The thing that made me 100% certain they were putting bards into the game.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all because of one spell effect.
Did you see the War Chief Vol'jin tweeted about how Blizzard will make a April Fool's Day joke, and then several years later it becomes true? Let me pull it up.
Yes, I did see that.
Because that was really interesting and also relevant to me because I like bards.
Well, I still think that bard would be a fantastic class to actually put in the game. And the fact that there are so many different classes that could still be put in the game, even if they haven't had, some sort of Warcraft lore specifically before, doesn't mean they can't be worked in.
So, shout outs to Virginia Jedi, who forwarded me this tweet. So, additional shout out to @Chief Vol'jin, who said, Blizzard timeline, Pandaren April Fool's Day joke in 2003, Pandaren become playable later. Diablo mobile game April Fool's Day joke in 2014, Diablo mobile game produced later. So, going forward, Bard class April Fool's joke in 2008. Bard class will become playable soon, TM. I would also add they made the joke about the scribe character as a new class in Diablo, which granted didn't happen in Diablo, but is basically the kit for Deckard Cain in Heroes of the Storm.
Yep.
So
yeah. Hey, if the bard shows up and there's some sort of Dance Dance Revolution component to its spellcasting and everything, I'm going to be a little bit sad, but at the same time, kind of happy about that.
You mean if they follow it literally and it is the DDR thing?
Exactly. You got the up, left, up, left, right, and down, and you have to do that, and that's how effective your spells become if you actually hit the beat and everything.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that in the middle of a raid, though, when you're constantly having to move?
I don't know. You got to be really good. You got to be better at WoW than you were at DDR.
Yeah. And I was actually pretty okay at DDR.
I hope...
Keyword on okay.
They have three specs. Singing, instrument, and politician.
I was going to say comedian, but politician works too.
The three aspects of a bard.
Exactly. And of course, they have to have they use fencing weapons.
Yep, fencing weapons.
New thing added to the game.
Oh, it'd be so cool though if their swords floated by themselves.
Well, that happens with Death Knights.
Oh, that's true. That does happen.
Yeah, and paladins. So it's not unheard of that it could happen.
I want a full-on, I want a character that really does, they cast magic and their weapon is constantly flying with them, though, and attacking stuff.
That'd be cool.
Be cool.
That'd be neat.
Not just because it's what my character in D&D does.
Wait, what?
I know. But, have you watched the new Castlevania series on Netflix?
No, I still haven't watched that.
It's really good. And that's how Alucard fights.
He sings and casts magic and his weapon's floating beside him?
Yes. Except for the singing. And he doesn't do a lot of magic. Mostly he punches things while his weapon also stabs people.
So, John, I'm completely changing the topic here.
Okay, great transition.
That was my segue. Yeah. Something happened in Raid that I think you would appreciate and also be annoyed at, but also find funny.
Okay. I'm ready to feel everything.
So we went through Raid. We actually extended from last week. And we go to fight Zool, which if you don't like trash, this is not the boss to go for because there's so much trash beforehand. It is so freaking annoying. It's like, seriously, you have to pull like probably at least 15 to 20 groups of mobs before you can actually attack the boss. It's pretty bad. Anyways, so we go and we fight Zool, wipe. And then we go and, do a second pull or whatever, end up killing him to everybody's surprise.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I was rezzing somebody and they're like, get out of the center. It's going to open up. The floor's going to open up. So I'm like, okay. So I got out of the center and everything. The floor never opened up. So we were like, what the hell is going on? What didn't we do? And then I found a Titan console, then clicked it and it opened up. So at that point, Minion is saying like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and activate the cutscene. It's like, no, nobody's seen this yet. And like, we just took our break. So people were gone and stuff. So I'm like, don't do that. We're going to go ahead and all, jump in together so we can see the cutscene and everything. It's like, okay. So we hop down on the little tiny ledge and then get ready to jump into this giant pit with this giant boss named Mithrax. It's, kind of one of the big bug kind of, the face guys, whatever.
We see Mithrax. He's in questing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So anyway, so Mithrax inside this big hole. So then finally it's like, okay, everybody's here. Everybody's ready. Okay, let's go. Let's jump in. And then the boss fight starts. There's no cutscene. There's nothing. So we got trolled. We don't know what we're doing. And okay, so here's this mechanic. It's I forget. It's some sort of orb. I forget what it's called. And it's like this black circle on the ground. There's a black orb, and if you're in it, you're just frozen. You can't do a thing.
Okay.
So someone said, okay, hit people who are in there to knock them out of the thing. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go save someone. So I run to go punch them and get stuck in it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought, you go in and you punch them out and then it's gone or whatever. But no, if you don't melee them, they never said that. So I run in and I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I'm stuck now. And so needless to say, our first attempt was a comedy of errors, but it was funny and annoying, but so awesome at the same time because we're like, what the hell is going on?
I will tell you, one of my favorite comedy bits that I never get sick of is the going to heroically save someone only to immediately become imperiled in the exact same way. I just like it. Like, someone's, like, stuck in a stream. Help, help! And I'll save you, and then they immediately get carried away by the river.
It's like that Freakazoid episode with Candlejack. Oh, what? We just have to not say Candlejack. Oh. Yeah, but no, I will say that it's a really cool boss fight. Except you have to be very aware of where people are if they're stuck in the thing, because we were trying to get someone, I think it was Deco, out of the stuck zone, except we were trying to push him into a corner, like up against the wall, where he's stuck there because of the stupid zone. So
right.
We'd have to go to the other side, but that would be wall. So it was like, he's just kind of stuck there for good now. There's no way of getting him out.
I like that idea. Well, we can't really save you. I don't know. You're just stuck. I'm sorry. There's just nothing we can do for you.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I wonder if a priest could actually like leave a faith him out or not. I'm not sure, but oh man, it was a lot of fun. I'm really happy that we got to that fight, and don't know if we're going to be able to raid on Sunday yet or not. But I mean, if we do, it's going to be interesting.
Okay, so he is still up. He's not been slain yet.
Oh yeah, he has not been slain yet.
Okay.
We got, I think, about 4 attempts on him, and got him down to 33% on our best attempt. So
nice. You make.
But then that's when. So here's the fun thing. It's like, okay, we could everybody just group up, but then if one of those things drops on the group, that's everybody.
Yeah,
so that
everybody's done.
A DK could grip them out of the orbit. Oh yeah, that's right. A DK could, because they're hostile to you, so you can attack them. So yeah, we might have to do that next time.
So what happens if you hit them while they're stuck there? Do they just go flying? Like,
yeah, they like bounce in it until they're out of it. Once they're out of it, then they're back and active and everything. It's a really cool mechanic.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, I thought you might enjoy that.
Seems all right. Yeah, I haven't done raiding, haven't done mythics enough lately. It's been, a lot of other games came out to distract. I am hitting that point though where I'm hitting Exalted finally with everything as I complete, world quests. It's like, oh, okay, this is the world quest today. I guess I'll go hit Exalted with them by finishing that.
Yeah, I've got 3 Exalted. I've got the Volpera, which I'm wearing their tabard because I'm like, hey, I like them so much. Maybe if I wear the tabard, Blizzard's going to be like, hey, they like Volpera and we should make them playable.
It wasn't confirmed at BlizzCon, but I think we are all but guaranteed Volpera in our future. I don't know who the Alliance is getting in response.
The Sethrak, maybe.
Maybe. I think I remember hearing something. I don't remember if it was from a player or from a website or, what, so take it with a grain of salt. But I heard that there were some actually compelling lore tidbits that suggested the Sethrak would help the Alliance. There's definitely some stuff in about the Volpera helping the Horde. So seems all but sewn up.
If you just think about the quest line, I mean, the Horde pretty much makes sure that the Volperan, survive. We rescue them and everything. So I would see how they would just kind of join up as a kind of a matter of debt.
Yeah. Musicita, I think I say her name different every single time. But it says Mechanomes. Mechanomes would be good. The only problem, and I don't want to speak for the Alliance, I don't play as you guys enough to feel like a good representative for all of you. But I would.
I represent the Alliance, and I think Sylvana should win.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Gnomesy. I like the Horde. But I look at what they got in the form of the Draenei, the Lightforged Draenei, which was like, what if there were additional customizable options for Draenei?
And then they can't be shaman.
I do think the Dark Iron Dwarves are pretty cool, and they kind of stand out in their own way, but they also have the Dark Iron Dwarves, and I just wonder if, Mechanomes is too much of, yeah, you have the same race you always had access to, but it looks a little bit different. So, I don't know if the Alliance would feel that way, but I feel like the Horde has been getting a variety that, yeah, I mean, we all know the Volpera are based on the goblin models, but they don't look like goblins. A Mechanome would look like a gnome.
Well, I mean, if you look at all the different allied races, we have a different kind of orc. We have a different kind of tauren. We have a different kind of elf, even though that's based on night elves.
Right.
Whereas the Alliance has a different kind of dwarf, a different kind of Draenei, and a different kind of elf, but based off of blood elves.
I guess that's true. I guess it's about even.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting more trolls,
Yeah.
They're getting more humans.
They're getting more humans. Humans that look different, at least.
Yeah.
And that could be really freaking awesome looking druids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? They're doing okay. They can have Mechanomes.
Yeah.
But I feel like, saying, well, Volpera and Goblin are the same thing is very different than saying Gnome and Mechanome are the same thing. I feel like one of those things is very close to the same thing, and the other feels like you're getting a new race that kind of looks a lot like another race.
Question for you. Just popped in my head.
Okay.
We're talking about, allied races. They all have their own type of heritage armor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see the Blood Elf heritage armor, as well as some other race, which was Alliance. And
I like that you're just like, I really don't care because all I saw was the Blood Elf and I was in.
I honestly don't remember.
Who was it? Was it the dwarves?
I think it was the dwarves. I could be wrong. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say it's the dwarves. Whatever.
I think it was the dwarves.
Let me ask you this. Okay, it is dwarves. Thank you, chat room. Yay! I kind of remembered. Anyways, hey John.
Yeah.
What would the undead heritage armor look like?
Normal clothes.
Yeah, that's kind of like whatever the human clothes are, but holes in them and torn up, or like Like I'm thinking like burial clothing.
Yeah,
like
right,
with
like a
suits
suit with holes in it.
and yeah. Like seriously, I mean they were humans. And then that's about it. Like patches of skin, like skin
All
suits
you do is you take whatever the human heritage armor is, and you do that, but dark and with like rust and stuff on it.
and like moss and holes.
Yeah, moss
Okay.
holes.
Yeah, that works.
The Blood Elf one, I'm all about it because they have the thing that I love. I love the most. Finger spike armor.
Yes.
Finger spike armor is so cool. I don't know how practical it is. I don't know anybody in history that was like, finger spike armor. Check it out.
It saves my fingers.
But
I can go boop.
It looks really cool, and I like it, and it makes me want it so bad.
Okay. Did you ever watch any of the like build a day things that Adam Savage has done?
No.
Okay,
Did
so
he make finger armor?
kind of. So he and our friend Bill Duran worked on making a Nazgul like gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
So we can watch that, and out of some foam we can make you some finger spike armor.
I can't pull it off.
Just walking around in just jeans and a t-shirt. Like,
Ah! If I poked you, it would hurt. Ah!
These are my driving gloves.
Yeah, it's time to go to work. Ah, I'm a badass.
I'm just saying it's possible. We can make you some.
I need it. Well, I'm really glad that we really landed. I feel we deeply covered Sylvanas' involvement in Wrathgate today, Ben. What I think people will walk away from this episode is really thinking, boy, I sure learned a lot about Sylvanas' involvement in Wrathgate. Well, this is certainly a subject I won't have to look up on a different show or website.
And if you do, just check out the YouTube video that Taliesin and Evital, I can never say their name correctly, and I'm very sorry about that. Check out the video that they did. They really kind of analyze it, and I mean, he does such a great job of like winning you over on not exactly a retcon, but a good explanation on how everything happened.
Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. Even though I think I also did a very good job, what with the whole, hey, are you stealing our plague canisters? Nah, explanation.
We're just taking them for a walk.
Like, chat room's so helpful. They're just trying.
Yeah. Taliesin and Evital.
They're giving it to us phonetically. Which sounds dirty.
Now. In the moss hole, right?
Hey, give it to me phonetically. Right in the moss hole. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I just said.
I wish that the audio listeners could have seen your face just then.
Because it sounded bad as soon as I said it.
John, what are you doing? Anyway.
So the point is, the moral of the story is, Sylvanas may have been involved in the Wrathgate.
In a way.
Does it change your opinion of her?
No, honestly, it doesn't, because Sylvanas has always been Sylvanas doing Sylvanas-y things. And I love the character. I really do. She's a lot of fun, and she makes things interesting, and, like her whole backstory and everything has built up to this point. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out, and I mean, if it just goes, oh, she's just full pure evil, then she's just full pure evil, and I'll be like, okay. But it's a good journey.
Also, they keep letting us choose to align with her, which people always say the third faction thing, and I'm always the first person to shoot it down, but, you know, where do they draw the line and say, you know what, now you have to be on this side? Do they do that? I don't know.
It'd be great if they didn't this time.
And does that lead to a third faction?
But would it lead to a fourth faction with the Alliance, too?
You could be Alliance, you could be Sylvanas Horde, or you can be Horde that's allowed to be good only when the Alliance says so.
When the quest text reassures you that you're doing the good thing.
Yes. Saurfang comes out and goes, "Champions of the Horde, I need you to go on a mission. You're going to go into a town and burn it to the ground, but it's okay. They have terrible termites, and we need to get rid of this termite infestation because it's really just bad news. Now there's going to be
the trees.
There's going to be people there. You're going to want to murder them, but it's okay because I have it on good authority that they saw a cat yesterday and they kicked it. They're bad people and they deserve everything bad that happens to them."
Oh, this just in. I just heard that they're the ones who bred the termites.
Oh,
they're bad.
Also, they said, your mama.
John, thank you very much for joining us, joining me on this episode of Azeroth Roundtable. I don't see where we can go past that, so I've just got to end it. I got to end it there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so if people want to know what else you do and where they can find you and maybe listen to more structured episodes of something.
What are you talking about? This didn't feel structured to you? It didn't feel like we just...
John,
feel
this
like...
felt like a normal episode for us.
Yeah, I feel like this went well. We
Yeah,
started on World of Warcraft and we ended on World of Warcraft.
And there's a whole lot of World of Warcraft in the middle.
That's right. We talked about Castlevania for literally like 3 seconds.
Well, technically you did.
I'm keeping it fresh. So...
Fresh takes.
So, you know, I feel like we hit the topic hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like we kept it hard.
And fast.
Right up
Very
through the
fast.
moss hole.
Yes.
And we gave it to you phonetically.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to hear more from me, follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger. You can catch me talking about Heroes of the Storm on Core, which you can find out more about at heroesforyou.com. You can also catch me playing Dungeons & Dragons on a show called There Will Be Dungeons.
There will be dungeons!
You can find out more about that at therewillbedungeons.com. I was trying to make it sound like maybe I had gone so off the rails you had made me pre-record where I was.
That really didn't work.
No, it didn't play. I was just
Didn't
trying
play
to
at
sound
all.
very official.
That didn't play at all.
Maybe I should have
Try again.
changed the audio quality.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Okay. Hi, if you want to...
Jeez, dude. Oh, that was horrible.
That's loud.
I'm going to have to turn that way down for the listeners. Oh, my gosh. Where is that? 58
Oh,
seconds.
it really just blew something up.
No, that might have blown my speakers, dude. Oh, geez, my ears are bleeding now.
I actually fed back into my headset. You know, there's...
It came out of mine into my microphone. Yeah.
There's...
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no indicator on these knobs, Ben, of what a quarter circle twist will do versus a half circle twist.
That is a lot. A quarter circle is a lot.
Well, I didn't do a quarter circle. I did a half circle.
Oh, good lord, that. All right. Anyways, if you want to hear me, not
What are you
blow out
gonna
your
do
speakers,
for that edit, Ben?
I am going to amplify like -20.
Okay, good to know.
It's still going to be like a horrible sound quality, but it's not going to destroy people's ears. Oh, man. Yeah, Draven, you're right. It was feedback from your headset, and you're not on the call. John, that was bad.
I don't know.
I'll play it for you.
Don't play it for me. No.
No, not right now.
Okay.
Once we're done recording. I'll play
No,
it
I don't
for
want to
you.
hear it at all.
No, too bad.
I got the reaction. I'm hanging up.
It's gonna be my ringtone for you now.
It's just
Now you muted. That you went the wrong way. No, you're still muted. It's fine. Whatever. If you want to know where I am, you can always follow me. I'm on Twitter. I am at Ben the Mage. I do a show with Lucha called Battle Pets, where we talk about battle pets in the World of Warcraft. And we are going to be recording on Monday, I believe, so we should have an episode up next week. Life has been getting in the way, so it's my fault. My fault entirely why we haven't been recording lately. But this show, though, Azeroth Roundtable, you can find us on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT. If you want to listen to any of our previous episodes, you can listen to those on AzerothRoundtable.com, also on iTunes, TuneIn, and pretty much everywhere else that podcasts are found. As for emails, if you want to complain about this episode or tell us how great it was, you can send those emails to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. And of course, as always, you can catch us live Friday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/AzerothRT, where we have a nice shiny subscribe button. So if you want to toss us a Twitch Prime, that'd be cool. If not, that's cool. Either way, we like you guys. The Twitch Prime. John. All of a sudden I heard it.
Hey, my microphone's back.
I know.
You could have made a, like, I can't hear you right now, John. You just kept talking. What were you saying? I couldn't hear you at all.
No, that's too bad. I went through my whole closing thing. It's your turn for the Patreon stuff.
I thought you were messing with me.
No, I was recording this entire thing, like my outro.
I was recording a thing that nobody could hear because my microphone stopped working, which I would have known if you hadn't decided to just keep going.
I thought you knew you were screwing around with stuff.
No! I thought you were screwing around with me.
No, well, hey, I'll put it this way.
There's a really long silence in the middle of this show.
Yeah, and all they're going to see is
both of us talking because we both thought the other was messing with the other.
Yeah, but I will say, though, that the podcast version will hear me in my outro, so we're just going to do that.
Well, sure, I guess if all we care about is the podcast, people.
Yeah. No.
Look, what? Excuse me.
Let me put it this way. I'm not going to do it again, and if they want to know where to find me, they can check it out on our website, AzerothRoundtable.com, or listen to any of the other YouTube.
We say it every week. Too. If you're like, if this is the week where you were like, I'm finally going to make a note of the other places I can find them, well, we messed up. But go check out the other episodes.
Wait a week.
Because we talk about it.
What were you doing to your microphone that made you just stop?
It just shuts off sometimes, and I don't know unless somebody tells me and gives me like a, I can't hear you.
And see, I thought you were messing with me because you changed the setting before and went super loud, so I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going to do my closing.
I didn't change it super loud, I upped the gain.
Yeah, well, that makes you super loud.
There was a lot of gained.
Yes.
Hey everybody, this professional show is made possible by people going to patreon.com/AzerothRT. Because for some reason you want to give us money for this. I don't know why, but if you want to, that's where you go. I'm gonna read the list of names of people that continue to do it as part of the Murloc Club. Aaron Somdi, Fresley S., Haster, Jim G., Sash H. We perhaps owe you the greatest apology of all.
Well, usually you make it so they can't even see us at this point.
Oh, right. Yeah, because I usually have to have this bright white window open, and it's intense.
That's why you do it?
I look like a
I was
ghost.
wondering about that.
Yeah, because it's super bright.
I always wondered why. Now I know.
Yeah, because I have to have a stupid, gigantic, bright white window open.
All right.
It's bad.
Well, hey, John. Thanks for joining me this week. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, this was the best episode we've ever done.
Yep, and I'll say this. We'll have fun next week. And I'll see what I can do about getting someone in since it is a holiday weekend here in the States.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Might just be us again. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Set expectations accordingly. We don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll let you know. Follow us on Twitter at AzerothRT.
Exactly. And with that being said, John, again, thank you for joining me as always. Chat room, you guys were awesome. And be good to each other. And John, guess what?
What?
There's one more thing that we've got to do tonight.
That's right.
We had to take a drink first.
We had a request. I don't have a drink, so.
Hey, Wicked Kitten. Happy birthday.
Wait, what?
What?
Are we doing a countdown? How are we doing it?
We're just starting.
We have a tradition. We have a tradition for birthdays. We had a birthday request. And for those of you who raid with us, you know what the birthday tradition is. And you're ready for what's about to happen. For those of you who don't, welcome to what we do for birthdays. Actually, sorry, YouTube, you don't get to hear this bit.
Oh.
Bye, YouTube. Sorry about
Bye,
the
YouTube.
long, quiet bit, but you probably tuned out then, so it's fine. Bye.